The Bay Area's rock station, 107.7 The Bone.
Okay, so the easy way to start is forbidden current lineup roll call.
Glenn J. Alvarez.
And
Ross Anderson.
Craig LaCicero. I play guitar.
Matt Camacho on bass.
Mark Hernandez, hired gun.
He shoots the hired gun. He's way more than that.
So, I guess it would be easy to begin at the beginning with, like an original lineup, and then forbidden, just like a quick forbidden through the years to get us to today.
The problem is that there is no quick forbidden through the years, but I will say that we're in Fremont. We just moved to Fremont, all right? Let's just start right there. This band started in Fremont, and we're in Fremont again, and this is our first day back at a full rehearsal, all 5 of us here, and it feels like the right electricity, symmetry here. I like it. So it was 85 when we were little kids, and it was like Russ and myself and Rob Flynn and a couple other dudes, Jim Pittman and John Taggio, drums and bass respectively, and it was just, a garage band playing cover songs, and we had a couple originals, and that band actually made something out of themselves and got into Ruthie's Inn, like one of the first kid bands to get in that place besides Death Angel, really. I mean, there was Death Angel and Forbidden, Evil, and like Tyrannicide, and just a couple other bands that were really young, and that's how it all started. So we've been really, literally been doing this for, goddamn, 25 years. Holy almost 23 years.
With about 10 years off.
With about 10 years off. No, there was about 10 years off, yeah, but I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, so we were in and around Fremont playing Berkeley and playing Oakland and playing San Francisco, and actually made some songs that people liked and did a record on Combat, and that's the lineup you have here, minus Paul Bostaff, who we still speak with all the time, but he's in Testament, so he's doing his thing too. So but we're all still in contact and close, and it's the doors open for us to just play some songs. And we started up about a year ago, talking about going to Europe, checking it out. What are we going to do? How's that going to go?
Who spearheaded getting the band back together?
Well, that's
the funny part.
yeah, I was going to say, Paul Bostaff really kind of started the whole getting the band back together thing. He was the first guy to tell me for years you should do it. And even Glenn was saying it years ago. So I was last on board, I think.
I knew it would come sooner or later, so.
Well, it was funny. We were at a restaurant having lunch together, talking about getting back together, and literally Paul's phone rang, and oh, that's Eric Peterson on the phone. Like right when we were talking about doing shows, and right after that, we had to get a new drummer.
Well, yeah, pretty soon after that. It wasn't like we got any hack. We got Gene Hoglan to play our first show out, and yeah, that was pretty cool. We never had a drummer in this band. We still don't. We have great drummers, and Mark Hernandez is the next great drummer that people should know about.
Mark, how many bands are you in right now?
Ouch!
How many bullets in your hired gun?
I know.
Try and run them down.
I'm working on the new Defiance record. I'm working on a new Social Unrest record. I'm playing with these guys, Forbidden. I think that's it right now.
Wait, aren't you in Reignition?
Oh yeah, I'm in Reignition too.
Aren't you?
Great, I love that band, and he does too. He
Yeah.
does too. Yeah,
Weren't you in Heathen for a
Your
minute
phone's
too?
gonna ring.
he was.
Was I? I don't know, that happened just like that. It's like a small town, you just drove right past it, you blinked. Yeah, I was in Heathen for a minute too. But actually,
This is all in the last year.
yeah, all within the last year, yeah. So, these guys needed a drummer, and I came down, auditioned, and actually Heathen ended up in a better position because he ended up with their original drummer. So
Right. Yeah, well, it's
good for them, man. Good for them.
Well, let me back something up. I just realized we skipped ahead. This band, in one capacity or another, even through the dark days of metal, which was like the early 90s. Can I say that on this thing?
He'll bleep it.
Okay. The early 90s, when things changed and music got just turned different. This band stuck through that, with Russ and myself and Matt and Tim Calvert and Steve Jacobs, who are also great musicians. And we went through that whole period of time and just didn't really call it a day until 97. So we kept fighting and came up with a couple good records that not many people in America had heard, more European accepted. And we took years off. Everybody did their own thing. We just kind of, at that point, we just threw in the towel. We're like, okay, probably never do this again. Metal's never going to come back like it used to. wow, did it ever. I saw the movie Get Thrashed about a year ago at the at a film festival in San Francisco. I got invited to check it out, and there was just everything that I went through as a kid that really just, I was that kid, you know, I was the 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid sneaking into shows or playing those shows, and it just completely fired up how I really felt about metal at that time and about what was great about metal, how raw it was and imperfect, and it wasn't anal, and it was just a expression of hyperactivity. You know, that's exactly what it was back then, and we were just all mad at the world. And I said, it's my turn to say I'll do it now. And as soon as I called Russ and said, let's do it, dude, you know, and then it became real. Then
Yeah, I think that some of the people in the band are kind of realizing right now who they are, and you know where they came from, kind of thing. And you know, it just feels so right to come out and you know play thrash again. You know, and I noticed in some of my conversations with Craig when we were talking about starting the band again, that I noticed in his voice some of the, he was realizing, you know, the feelings he had about doing, you know, Forbidden again. So, you know, it all came together that way.
Yep. It was a slow burn, but it burns hard right now, and I just, you know, it took a while, man. But I did come to the conclusion that I am who I am, and I can't run away from it. And I'm really proud of it, actually. I think that movie helped bring that out. And it wasn't much about Forbidden in there. It was about everything else I liked from all over the world, all the different metals I used to listen to, the Destructions, the everything from, you know, the Sepulturas, the Creators, all that stuff. So that's stuff I liked, man. And I think we can write a really good metal record if we take what we know over the last 10 years and combine it with what made our band what it was originally. You
Does
know,
this mean you're planning to write a record?
Yeah, we're planning on it. That's what we're in here to do.
Because originally there was a whole lot of,
There
just
was.
the reunion, some European shows, that's it. It's
I'm
just
hella
a cool thing.
standoffish.
Was it a secret you were trying to keep?
Not
or?
at all, not at all. In fact, I have my other band, you know, Spiral Arms, which I was just full tilt, you know, like I'm never, you know, going to relent on that. And over time, it's like, well, I can do both, you know. Really, it should be possible to do both. And as long as there's no obstacles, there's no reason why you couldn't. But my main focus is this, right now. This has got to be it, because this album can't suck. This album we're talking about potentially writing.
I was going to say,
Actually,
are there riffs?
Yeah,
there are riffs.
We got together and we said, we kind of like, because we knew everyone was in other projects. Glenn has a project, I have a project, he has a project.
Brendan, everybody's project.
And as you heard, Mark has many projects.
Oh, man.
Mark has 16.
I have Tenet with Jed Simon, Byron Stroud, Gene Hoglan,
Strapping young lad.
Don't forget that.
Strapping guys. So that album should be coming out hopefully this fall.
Don't forget Zach.
Zetro, our new singer. That was brand new. That's about it. I'm only doing Tenet and Forbidden.
And then you have another band?
Yeah, it's just Parking Lot Prophets. I play with my friends, you know, so we do totally different music.
They're my friends too. I like his friends. We've been friends a long time.
Exactly.
This is your one and only.
Yeah, and I myself
You're a
took off.
one-band man.
Yep, this is my only band. I took the last 10 years off to go back to school, get a college education, and go, damn, I love playing music, so sucked back in.
Sucked back in. Sucked back in.
Yep.